Today on ELN Morning.
Weather alert, class is canceled, but roads at this hour just remain wet. We're tracking conditions this morning.
Plus, if the campus goes dark, where you'll be able to power up.
And gearing up to help out. What ELN's Physician's Assistance Program is doing to get ready to distribute vaccines to students.
Today, February 18th, 2021.
This is ELN Morning.
Good morning and thanks for waking up with us on this day off for students. We're tracking this rain and icy storm passing through the area this morning. I'm Ellis Chandler.
And I'm Baylor Rodman, clearly live here on Citroen Plaza. As you can hear the busy train behind me. That major storm we were looking for this morning has yet to show up, basically just with a lot of ice on windshields of cars, but the roads remain to be pretty clear as of this point. That being said, Alamance County is currently under a winter storm warning issued by the National Weather Service, and that's in place until 7 a.m. tomorrow.
We've had crews out and have yet to see any significant damage. We have team coverage this morning with Maeve Ashbrook live in the Mosley Center, but we start with Brian Ray, who's outside following current campus conditions. Brian, how's it look out there?
Hey, Baylor and Ellis. Well, I've been out for 3 hours now following conditions, and things haven't been too bad. There's been an on and off drizzle. It actually is picking up right now, and this definitely feels like frozen rain, not just, regular water rain. So things could definitely change. The National Weather Service is predicting a 1/4 to a 1/2 inch of ice accumulation in Elon. These are the roads in downtown Elon. You can see right now it's just mostly puddles. There have been drivers driving without struggle, but definitely keep an eye out for puddles if you're walking underfoot. Nothing is frozen over yet. Some branches on trees around Elon are frozen, so we'll definitely keep an eye out for that because, they could get too heavy and eventually fall down. Alamance County is under a state of emergency as of earlier this morning, so we'll keep following things as the day progresses. But right now, there is some freezing rain coming down right now, but other than that, just a lot of puddles and some frozen branches. We will keep following this storm and keep you updated. Baylor and Ellis.
All right, Brian Ray out there under the Oaks. Brian, thank you. Meanwhile, the Mosley Student Center remains open as a power hub as the storm continues. That's where we find our Maeve Ashbrook this morning. Maeve, good morning to you. Tell us how it's going over there.
Yeah, good morning. And I'm here at the Mosley Center where Elon students are encouraged to come. If there are power outages on campus, both this building and the Corey Athletic Center are on a backup generator. So if you lose power and need to charge your device, it's recommended that you come here. Now, right now, there is really no one here. Clearly, Elon students are sleeping in today, taking advantage of their day off. However, I did talk to two earlier today. They came in to eat breakfast. Both freshmen are from England and say they really just wanted to experience some severe weather.
They make it like statements and everything. They make a big deal of it, like what's that going to happen. So it makes everyone really worried. I'm not used to that sort of thing, but I kind of like it. It's really exciting. It's like there's going to be something happening.
Now, Alex, the other student that I talked to, says that he was actually bummed that he didn't get to go to his stats class this morning, but again, just wanted to get outside and experience this rain and ice. Now, like I said, Mosley will be a power hub for the next 48 hours, so it's going to be open straight through today, overnight tonight, tomorrow, and overnight tomorrow. Live in the Mosley Center, Maeve Ashbrook, ELN Morning.
Maeve, thank you. Aaron Plamondon joins us now live in the studio with an idea of when this weather will come to an end. Aaron, what can you tell us?
Well, I'm happy to be safe and dry inside the studio this morning. The freezing rain and sleet is expected to accumulate to about 1/2 inch today. But when we look at the 5-day forecast, we see that tomorrow the rain will continue, but thankfully will give us a break this weekend. Saturday and Sunday are looking sunny, but will be chilly with lows as extreme as 21 degrees. On Monday, the rain is expected to come back, and Tuesday we have 61 degrees as our high to look forward to. Thank you, Ellis. Back to you.
Thank you, Aaron. And of course, we'll keep you updated online all day at elonnewsnetwork.com. The Boldly Elon Solidarity Collective is rolling out their spring campaign. It's called We Are Not Expendable. Member Trinity Dixon describes it as a rallying call against all injustice at Elon. The spring campaign focuses on 4 areas: advocating for the end of the mutual aid agreement between campus police and 7 Alamance County law enforcement agencies, the university end to legal appeals against the faculty union, moving all classes online, and financial transparency from the university. Dixon says the movement is ultimately about empowering students.
I think the perception is that BESC, or the Boldly Elon Solidarity Collective, is a very antagonistic group, in which it is not. We are students. I'm a student just like you. I want to make the school better out of love for my community. It would pain me to sit by and watch all these injustices occur. And I think that if people truly love Elon, they will continue to fight with us and stand with us.
Dixon says the group will hold a protest at the end of March to demand their changes.
With coronavirus cases on the rise, Elon University is now turning to a new mitigation strategy to help slow the spread. But as our Jack Norcross reports, this shelter-in-place order for some campus groups is coming with confusion from students.
Really, have no part in this whatsoever.
When Elon sophomore Mia Blumenthal received an email this week about a shelter-in-place order for a sorority Delta Delta Delta, she was shocked.
Email was a bit accusatory. I was like, whoa, what did I do? I felt like they were putting the blame of an outbreak on us. I think they should have communicated that this was just a precaution and we weren't doing anything wrong to begin with.
The email said students were required to be masked at all times except when alone in your room, and to only leave your living space to go to class, pick up meals, or to seek medical attention.
And it's been, we think, fairly successful.
Dean of Students Janelyn Patterson says the school worked with the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services to create a status that would pause activity among groups with emerging clusters.
It is a good mitigation strategy because it helps us to pause, it helps us to assess how many cases and, or do we have, especially when you've got a large group that you may not know about, do we have other cases out there?
Students are released from the order after testing negative for the virus. Still, Blumenthal feels the situation could be handled differently for an organization with over 150 students.
It sounded a little stupid. Why is the whole sorority going on shelter in place? It would make more sense if you would shelter the building that these people live in, because I know, I even live in my sorority house and there's 13 of us and not a single one of us knows a Delta that is tested positive.
Jack Norcross, ELN Morning.
Well, Patterson says students caught breaking the shelter-in-place order won't necessarily face student conduct charges immediately.
And after the break, how contact tracing in Alamance County is growing.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your closet. Still no jobs? Just more stuff? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Since the pandemic started last March, the number of contact tracers helping Alamance County has grown from 250 to over 2,000. Elon alum Bridget Agbozo is one of them. She works for Community Care of North Carolina, where she speaks with people who have tested positive for the virus to get their close contacts. Since starting the job over the summer, she says she's noticed a change in morale.
People are very, very over this. They are very weary. They're very exhausted.
Contact did not reach out to me either.
Elon sophomore Megan Turnbull tested positive for COVID in October and says she was frustrated with the state's contact tracing process. She says no one from the health department ever contacted her, leaving her roommates feeling the same.
Everyone was really stressed out about getting it, and more than anything, I just wanted to be in the hotel to keep the rest of my housemates safe.
Agbozo says her staff tried to call people who test positive as soon as possible.
ELN is preparing to vaccinate students by organizing campus resources and personnel to be ready to act when the time comes. Associate Professor and Research Coordinator for Physician's Assistant Studies, Melissa Murphin, is leading the charge in getting students and staff trained to administer the vaccine outside the already licensed PA faculty.
So far, 9 of the athletic trainers have been trained. They are already certified as emergency response personnel. A lot of our students come in as EMTs, and several of them already have immunization certification. So we would certainly utilize the students who are already trained as well.
Murphin says the training process is fairly straightforward, containing a few hours of online modules and an in-person walkthrough of the immunization process.
We're only focusing on COVID, so we're not trying to figure out all the other different vaccines, so it actually moves relatively quickly.
The state has yet to give a firm estimate on when those in groups 4 and 5, which of course includes university students, will be able to receive their first doses.
While many students were forced to cancel their abroad plans, ELN junior Hiba Chergui is studying abroad in Jordan for the second time. Chergui was sent home from Jordan at the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic, but says she was determined to give the experience another shot.
Yeah, we're in the middle of a pandemic, but why should I limit myself to just staying in America where I'm probably going to feel like worse about this pandemic?
52 ELN students are studying abroad this semester, a major decrease from over 1,600 in the 2019-2020 school year. But Communications Manager of Global Education, Shanna Van Beek, says the Global Education Center is optimistic about enrollment for fall 2021 abroad programs.
We're hopeful we're moving ahead as though fall will be back to our normal robust numbers. We're normally in the 500s for study abroad and study USA, and we're hopeful we'll level out. But of course, we are watching this day by day and taking it day by day as everyone else is.
For more information on study abroad programs, including the one-time May semester this year, visit our website, elonnewsnetwork.com.
Student leader says about getting members involved remotely. ELN Morning returns in 60 seconds.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
Well, welcome back, Ellis. I've got to say it is getting colder and colder as the moments go on. You can really feel the temperature drop out here. But I'm looking forward to seeing how the storm continues. That is all the news we have for you this morning. But I hope that everyone stays hot and cold. It's a good time to maybe grab some hot chocolate and watch a movie, wouldn't you say?
To be here in the studio this morning, it's warm here, it's dry here. But instead of walking up to the studio this morning, I did drive, and my car was covered in ice, so I did have to scrape that off before I got here. So if that's the most ice I see today, I'm completely okay with it.
Be sure to check out our website as the news continues and follow the storm. Stay safe, Elon.